The top 10 mistakes that people make when they are trying to title split property. Here are the top 10 mistakes that property investors make when deciding if they should title split land developments, multi-unit block developments, or commercial to residential developments. Now, please like and subscribe if you want to find out more of the amazing things you can do in property investment. This starts with the title split valuation uplift of 25 to 40%, which exists because of the way banks value property only when you title split the property. So here's the 10 top things that property investors are doing that's stopping them getting that 25 to 40% capital uplift. So number one, not understanding how investment or commercial valuations work. Unsplit blocks, developments of houses on unsplit land, and unsplit commercial to residential developments are valued the same way as large sui generis HMOs. Now, when we say unsplit, they still could be separate addresses, but they are on one freehold title. So, how are HMOs and blocks and land developments valued before their title split? They are valued using a rent and yield calculation. If the rents are low and the yield is high, then the property will be valued low. So if you plan to keep all the property, if the rents are low and the yield is high, then the property will be valued low. Now, this is a massive problem for people who haven't put the rents up over the years, but this is something that you can really clean up on as a title split developer. However, if you do not split the property, the title split value is nothing to do with you. This problem of leaving all of the units on one title, which many landlords are still doing today, crazily, I don't know why. For example, one of our clients has developed a plot of land with 7 high-end residential units on it already. The investment brackets commercial valuation on this land and property is £6.5 million. It's in the southeast. This is all on one freehold value. So if they got these 7 properties, rented them out, they would be valued as one freehold rent and yield valuation. And that valuation is 6.5 million. It's been done by the RIC surveyor. This property then can only be sold to another property investor if it remains on one title. And of course, that means the price would be 6.5 million. Number 2, because you don't understand the difference between investment and comparable valuations, title split properties are valued when they are title split upon the local comparable valuation. And I'll come back to the same example in a minute of the 6.5 million EV block value on the property we just talked about with 7 units. If the property is title split, the value is going to go up because these properties can be sold to individual retail buyers. So you or me, for our principal primary residence. And so over time, these properties, when title split, will grow in line with UK capital growth. Now, they will always grow over time and they will always outperform properties held in one title or one freehold by landlords. In our client's case, her split value for the 7 properties, and she wants to keep them all and rent them out, whatever she's doing, whether she's doing SA with some of them, BTL, it's still 7 properties and she's title splitting and she wants to keep them all. The split value is 7.96 million, right? The block value or the unsplit, the freehold value was 6.5 million. So we have shown her exactly how to split this. It is complicated if you're keeping it, but without it, she would be leaving 1.49 million additional profit in the deal. Who would be happy to do that? This client is very happy and she has access to this extra profit. But if you do not split it, you will not. And many property investors, many landlords are not splitting it. So number 3, what else is stopping you? A mortgage broker tells you that he can get you a fantastic bridging loan at the GDV number. I hate these. You put this in place, and when you go to refinance, it turns out you can't get your money out of the deal. This means you are stuck on that bridge. Of course, the mortgage broker has already earned their commission and is long gone in the distance, right? If you are working with the right brokers, they will have the exit finance ready for you, but in many instances I see the exit finance is not there and the property investor gets stuck on a bridge. If you're careful, these loans can be really dangerous and they can really hurt investors who get stuck on the finance. Number 4, you can't find a solicitor who can do the title split, or the solicitor suggests you wait until you sell. This happens all the time. Why would my client wait to get her additional 1.49 million profit until she sells? The money can be used to do more amazing deals now. You know, 1.5 million quid is not to be sniffed at. And I don't care if it's 150,000 or 15,000. You want your money out of your deals. Number 5, the solicitor tells you it's not possible to title split something for a number of reasons. They think this is true. This is usually not true. It's just a case of understanding exactly what process needs to be used on this occasion. But that's not their job. That's your job to tell them how you want it done. Number 6, training companies tell you that all you need is a solicitor. Now that translates to they don't actually know how to do it, because this is not true. You need much more than a solicitor. You then try to find a solicitor and cannot get it done. I met a lady recently who tried 5 and still hadn't found one to split her block. In fact, when you're title splitting, you need a whole power team of professionals to get the title split done. And what they really mean when they tell you you only need a solicitor is they don't know how to do it. So that's how they're fobbing you off. Number 7, a belief that you cannot title split on the day of purchase. This is complete rubbish. You can, and we do often. You just need to know how and understand the processes. Number 8, you decide to listen to the finance broker who can get you a great commercial mortgage so you don't need to split. That's crazy, because you're going to decide not to split because the broker says it's not worth it for you today. Now, the broker gets paid on the commission on the mortgage. You get paid on the profit and capital uplift as your properties grow. So if you do not title split at this early stage, you will not see capital growth for the next 5, 10 or 20 years. One day you will have to sell, and you will end up selling to another investor at the block value, which is usually lower than the split value. Because as the property dilapidates, these valuations can go backwards. So do not let a mortgage broker destroy your future capital growth. Number 9, you think you can split when you sell. So you get an investment mortgage, or a commercial mortgage as it's called. So let me tell you why you won't be able to split when you sell. Most banks do not want you to will not agree for you to reduce your security one flat at a time. So even if you sell the block, if you sell it all to one other person, you are not getting the split value, you're only ever going to get the block value, right? So because the most banks will not let you reduce the security one property at a time, you end up having to sell the whole block to another investor. Now, if you do sell one flat and the bank agrees that, you now have something called a broken block, which means one or more of the units has been sold off on a long lease, but everything else is still on the same freehold. This is really important. These are nearly impossible to refinance unless you title split them all. Okay? And what I want to say, you need to know all this stuff. So if you know these things, you can avoid these pitfalls and make sure that you understand exactly how to do a title split before you buy the property. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you want more tips on title splitting.